Hello everybody and welcome back to Lecture 3, where today we're going to be talking about the Explore Task Artifact. So what we went over last time, just a brief review, we talked about the Explore Performance task as a whole. And as we remember, we're going to be researching a computational innovation, and it has to have modern relevance, or preferably would have modern relevance. It has to have an impact on society, economy, or culture, both positively and negatively. Input and output data, has a valid storage concern or privacy concern, and then has to have the sources that we talked about again. And the activity I left you guys with last time was to basically just find a good computational innovation. Now, this time we're going to be talking about the first one of the two Explore task submissions that you're going to be giving to College Board. And this is going to be the Computational Artifact. It sounds very fancy, right? And per College Board, the Computational Artifact, it just has to say what your innovation basically is. However, it's not just like a bunch of text you're putting down in front of whoever's viewing it. It has to be like images, it needs to be graphic illustrations as to what your innovation is used in. You're not going to want it to have like an essay and then just submit that. Now, in terms of the criteria, you can do one of three things. You could submit either a video, audio, or PDF file. You can use whatever tool or techniques you want to create your artifact. That's totally up to you. But there's a number of acceptable file types. There's MP3s, MP4s, WMVs. The list is all there. And then videos are capped at 1 minute in length and 30 megabytes in size. And then PDFs can't be longer than 3 pages. And then again, like I stressed in the previous slide, it has to be mainly non-textual. Like 100% needs to be mainly non-textual. Now, my personal recommendation, and I have my video, my artifact from last year in the next slide, but my personal recommendation is basically create like a presentation. I would say you could use PowerPoint, but generally I like going with another tool called Prezi. Prezi is similar to PowerPoint, but it's a little more engaging because it has, in my opinion, nicer transitions, easier ways to like integrate like graphic designs and illustrations, and it's just a bit more engaging. Totally up to you though, whatever you want to use. So you'd make the presentation and then you'd film yourself while you're going through the presentation and then narrating over it. So on Mac, how you'd record is you'd use the QuickTime Player. I mentioned this, I want to say in the first lecture, but I didn't go into too much detail about it. So you're going to basically open QuickTime Player on your Mac. Most Macs have it downloaded, if not all. You're going to go to File, New Screen Recording in the top menu bar, and then a window is basically going to pop up with a record button. Just press record, and then just make sure the presentation is put on full screen while you're presenting it so that it comes up. But you can always just trim the edges afterwards. And then Windows users, you go to this URL, screencast-o-matic.com/screen recorder, and then just press launch screen recorder. It'll download the recorder on your computer. And then if you want to just have a quick tutorial on how to use it, just go to bit.ly/artifact screen record. The full video instruction guide on how to use it is there. And again, just so you're aware, this is my recommendation on both what you should use for your artifact and then how you should record it. 100% up to you how you would like to do it. You could use whatever else you want, whatever tools you want, whatever presentation or whatever it is you want. So now this is my artifact. It's about 1 minute. It's a little less than 1 minute, I want to say. So here we go. Hello there, and this is my AP Computer Science Principles Explore project on data compression. First, what is data compression? Data compression is simply the process of reducing the amount of storage a certain file takes through the use of encoding techniques. You can see data compression being used in zip files, audio files, and video files. Data compression is used in your house through websites, social media, audio files, and again, video files. This is possible because it lowers the number of bits in a file and makes it much easier to transport. In conclusion, the world is connected thanks to data compression. Thank you for watching. Okay, so now if we continue on, there's a couple notes I want to give about this artifact. It's not perfect. I'm going to give you that. Now, as you noticed, I did use Prezi, and I then recorded myself going through the Prezi. So on those notes, it's good because it does have a lot of imagery. And then in terms of what the artifact is supposed to do, it does explain what the innovation is, and then it presents the effects of the innovation. But my only criticism is that, one, it could probably be a little better in keeping the amount of text on the Prezi to a minimum, and then just making sure that most of the content isn't just being mindlessly repeated. Because remember, most of the stuff that you're seeing on the Prezi, you want to make sure that it doesn't just repeat what's going to be said on the essays. And as long, I mean, obviously there's going to be a point where you're going to have to repeat some of the things that you might mention in the essay, but like make sure the majority of the stuff is more just examples of where it's being used, its effects, and not so much what you're directly going to mention in the essays. Now, here's my activity for you guys. First, choose what kind of artifact you'd like to create. You're not bound to a video. Understand that, please. You can make a video, you can make audio, you can make a PDF. I just recommended video because I felt it was the most engaging out of the three. But if you want to make a video, just download the necessary programs and then create the content that's going to be displayed on the video, like we mentioned. If it's audio, create a script, like just type up some words as to what you want to say, bullet points, up to you, and then download necessary programs to record yourself. If you have an iPhone or any phone, as a matter of fact, you could probably just plug in some headphones and then record yourself talking. That's probably the easiest thing to do, and most of the time it'll just save it as a usable audio file. I'm not 100% sure though, so you guys may want to just check to be sure if you're going to go with audio. And then if it's a PDF, find images and examples pertaining to your innovation. You guys could find some good examples of PDF artifacts online. And then just create a first draft. You guys have to understand it is a first draft. It does not need to be perfect. You could literally just try it once, see how it works out. And then if you're not happy with it, you could just make a new one, or you could even go a whole other route and make a different kind. And what we're going to review next time, the Explore Task essays. Very long, sometimes a little annoying, but trust me, once you get the hang of it, it's going to be amazing. And then how to fully answer the prompt. Thank you guys so much for listening to this lecture, and I will see you again next time.